To learn how to do computer programming, we first start with the basics of constants and variables. In computer programming, they manipulate constants and variables to solve problems. A constant value is a value that cannot be changed during the execution of a program. For example, the value of pi, which is 3.14. On the contrary, a variable is a value that may change as a program runs. For example, a sum would equals to a plus b. When we are writing a program, we need to give a name and a value to a constant or variable before using it. As the program is being executed, a specific memory location is allotted by the computer to hold the value of the constant or variable being used. So what are the data and how are different types of data being categorized? Data is unorganized facts that can be of many different types. In the design of a program, we need to tell the computer the type of each constant and variable. There are a couple simple data types that are supported by most programming languages. It includes integer, real, boolean, character, and string. Data structures is a storing method of data in a computer so that data can be found and used efficiently. There are two common data structures, which include string and one-dimensional array. String is a collection of characters, such as the name David Chan. As for one-dimensional array, an array is a collection of variables of the same data type, and each variable is associated with an index number. For example, for marks brackets 3, it refers to the third element of the marks array. For the data type called Boolean, it's a data type for local data. It contains two possible values, only which are true and false. It cannot be used in calculations and cannot be manipulated with mathematical operators. However, it can be manipulated with relational and logical operators, as shown below. The truth table is used to list out all combinations of input values and their resultant values with a logical operator. In a logical expression, Boolean data is often used in making yes, no, or true, false decision. An algorithm usually makes a decision by evaluating the value of a logical expression, such as the expression not x greater than 0 and y 5, which will result in an answer that is neither true or false. Logical operators are also used to connect relational expressions and to perform operations on Boolean values. To select the data types of the variables or constants to be used in our programs, there are a couple rules you should follow. First, most data belongs to one of these three types. It is either numerical, character, or logical. Second of all, numerical data is a number that can be used in calculations. They should not be assigned by numerical data. For example, account number or phone numbers. Lastly, logical data is used to make yes, no, or true, false decisions. To design an algorithm, we need to have input, output, and assignment statements. Let's start off by talking about input statements. Input statements are programs that are written to process data and to generate outputs. Data entered in input statements is usually not pre-written in a program as part of the program code, and variables are used to temporarily store the data inputted by users when a program is running. With the use of input statements, programs are more flexible and are able to handle different data sets without having to change the program code. As for output statements, it is used to output the processed input. The output can be displayed on the screen, saved to a file, or printed on paper. It is usually formatted to make it more readable. Assignment statements are used to place a value or the value of an expression into a variable. the value on the left of the operator, which is the original value, is replaced by the value on the right, which is the value of expression. We use an arrow to denote the assignment operator, used in flowcharts and pseudocode. After talking about different statements, we are moving onto sequences. Sequence is the simplest type of control structure in the computer programming. The sequence control structure contains a series of steps or statements that are executed in the same order as they are written. After talking about the sequence control structure, we are going to talk about selection control structure. This structure allows a program to choose between two or more alternatives depending on the condition specified. There are two types of selection control structure, which are decision logic and case logic structure. For decision logic structure, it refers to the logic of if such and such happens, then this will happen. Basically, it means that if the if statement is proved true, then it will perform such a function. Here is an example. Imagine you are on the road and are going to listen to a set of instructions. The if statement is that if the road turns left, you go left. Then you see the road turns left, which means that if statement is true. Hence, you carry out the function of going left. As for case logic structure, it is made up of many sets of instructions, which only one being selected by the user and executed by the programmer. It means that there are many possible consequences. If the input fits in one of the criteria for one of the possible consequences, then that consequence will occur. In the Chinese Mitten Crabs aquaponics project, we will be making use of an open-sourced electronic prototype platform called Arduino. It allows users to write Arduino code that are able to read inputs. For example, light on a sensor or a finger on a button, and turn it into an output, such as activating a motor or turning on an LED. This platform will be useful in our project because we can read sensors in our aquaponics system and send us notifications if something is going wrong in our system. We can also adjust the water flow, pH as well as the temperature of the water from a smart device. Thanks to the advancement of technology, even farming can be done through online platforms and smart devices nowadays. I hope you have learned something about programming in the video. This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.